in the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs. It was way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and...
Now Watson. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Watson. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That's another technical.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Check three. Watch the
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Bengals 33.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Again, the ball carrier.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson going for it all. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Check 41. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
On first down, here's Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Cincinnati.
This is Breida. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Down at the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from the 20. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Bengals 14, Texans nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Watson now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Watson's pass intended for Jamal Agnew.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
3rd down and 10.
Watson now on 3rd down. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Texans nothing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Breida. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
On the carry.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Ball carrier.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Play fake. Cousins. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
3rd down.
The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the gun, here's Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Texans defense stands tall. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Anthony Harris on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
From the 16, Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
41 the mic, 41 the mic. Check 41.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
His kick is
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
on the carry.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. They run with Breida, and some room to work. There he goes right side, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Cincinnati.
Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points.
Good.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Out of the gun, Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Now it's Breida. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll move the chains.
41-yard line.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Play action now. Cousins. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
At the 46-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Watson eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Breida. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go play action. Cousins. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Bengals 31, Texans 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Now it's Watson. On the move to his left.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
4th down and 1.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Landry, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Man open, it's Goodwin. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Marquise Goodwin, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Texans 15.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
He was brought down.
Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Rolling to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it this time. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got it at the 15. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Bengals 45. Texans.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Houston. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's a handoff left side to Breida. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
59. Texans 15.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you
it's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He'll let one go. It got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 50, it's Watson. Flushed it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. 20. And he gets it to Funchess complete. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Funchess. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans claw one back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Now Breida on a toss left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The speed of Jordan Hicks on display there as he gets the tackle for loss. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On play action, Cousins. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off at the 33. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 46 yards. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Point conversion.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
Texans 31.
Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. From the gun, here's Watson. And now here is another interception. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
37.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's brought down.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. They find some open field here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown.
Matt Breida, 39 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it's 3rd and short.
To go.
From the gun, Watson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Demario Davis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Being chased out left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So on 4th down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations. Desperation time, Watson on 4th down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Breida fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brought down by Shaq Barrett.